I need you to pay very close attention in this video because the news that we are about to break down and uncover is some of the most impactful and important information that will be affecting the precious metals market for a very long time. Yesterday, China shut down retail paper gold trading and pushes investors towards physical bullion and direct settlement. Hong Kong's new gold clearing system and the July 24th, which was yesterday, retail shutdown at major Chinese banks point to a deliberate shift away from leveraged claims and towards real metal. All of this just happened yesterday, so in this video, let's figure out what we need to do today. Alright folks, welcome back. We have a lot to break down and discuss in this video, and I do just want to mention right now, silver is sitting at 58.90, which means that probably is the bottom. That 56 range, 57 range, it's probably the bottom. And since we know that, because it just keeps bouncing back up from that, going back up to 60, there's a lot of support around those levels, meaning that this is probably the bottom from the correction. So these are the cheapest prices that we're going to find silver, maybe ever again, who knows? But right now, every time silver gets at this range, it goes back up. So there's a lot of support there, and that's just a fact. It's happened like 6, I think maybe even 7 times now. So take advantage of these dips. You're supposed to buy the dips. So if you guys want to purchase precious metals, I have a safe place for you. Just send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. They have weekly specials. It's a great company. It's Andy Sheckman's company. I say this because I talk to so many people that don't know where to buy from, or they're getting ripped off, or they're getting scammed, or the silver's fake, or they're just getting overpriced. It's just not good. It's no bueno. So if you're new, even if you're experienced, hit up Miles Franklin. They will hook you up. It's info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. So yeah, let's jump into this. So China ends retail paper gold tomorrow. Now just replace tomorrow with yesterday because this came out July 23rd, 2 days ago. So China wants gold, and we're going to go into silver and how this affects silver in a second too. Gold to function less like a tradable derivative and more like money. Now, if China knows, and they do know, that Western price suppression is happening via the COMEX with paper, silver, and gold paper, then I think it's pretty obvious why they're doing this. They're tired of Western price suppression, and they know that if all of the metal was accounted for by real metal and not just a paper IOU that you can infinitely print, then the price would naturalize. So this is very important they're doing this. Now, Hong Kong's new gold clearing system and the July 24th retail shutdown at major Chinese banks points to a deliberate shift away from leveraged claims towards real metal. So yeah, and by the way, it's for direct settlement. So what changed? Hong Kong launched a trial gold central clearing and settlement system on July 7th, 2026, with plans for a new price ticker, more storage, refining capacity, and better gold investment products. The official goal is to build a full chain gold trading ecosystem with trusted clearing, connectivity, pricing, and physical transfer features. It's like the opposite of the COMEX. So at the same, and why is China and all of these countries buying so much silver from the West? Because they know it's suppressed. I mean, look at the disconnect of silver's price from, the Shanghai compared to the COMEX, and how much higher silver's trading for over there. So the official goal is to build a full chain gold trading ecosystem. That's very interesting. So at the same time, China's largest commercial banks are ending retail paper gold trading on July 24th, while leaving physical gold ownership and non-leveraged accumulation products intact. Why does this matter? The transcript's core message is that Beijing is favoring physical settlement over synthetic exposure. Synthetic exposure. fake exposure. By removing leveraged retail paper gold, China reduces speculative risk and channels domestic savings towards bullion, ETFs, and accumulation plans that are closer to the actual metal. AKA, let's do the opposite of what the COMEX, some call the CRIMEX, are doing, because that is how they are able to push and pull silver's price at their leisure. And this is a way to naturally affect silver's price from supply and demand, the fundamentals more so. Now, that matters because Hong Kong's new system is designed to connect directly with the Shanghai Gold Exchange and support physical deposits, withdrawals, and settlement, which strengthens the infrastructure behind real gold demand. And by the way, the Shanghai's been like this for a while. If you even want a paper contract, you have to turn in physical gold to do that. It's not like the COMEX where you can just print it out of thin air. In China, you have to bring it in so it's actually backed by the paper contract. Very interesting. So, the bigger strategy. The transcript argues that China is preparing for a weaker dollar and a fragmented global financial system. If China is preparing for a weaker dollar, and we know there's a direct correlation between the dollar index, the dollar strength versus gold and silver, what does that mean? If China knows the dollar is going to weaken, then China also knows that gold and silver is going to strengthen. It's almost a direct correlation. When the dollar's low, gold and silver's high. When the dollar's high, gold and silver's low. If we know the dollar is going to continue to weaken or eventually, collapse at some point, then what does that tell us about gold and silver? It eventually will come out on top. And if you don't believe me, the dollar's lost 98% of its purchasing power, and it's going to go to 99%. So the transcript argues that China is preparing for a weaker dollar in a more fragmented global financial system. In that framework, ending paper gold is not just a domestic risk control move. It is part of building a gold-centered alternative settlement network that can serve trade savings and pricing outside of Western paper markets. The result is a clear signal. China wants gold to function less like a tradable derivative and more like money. That is the strategic meaning behind the paper gold crackdown and Hong Kong's launch. And think about what China's done since the beginning of the year, right? Beginning of the year, ban silver exports, right? Only a few approved companies, and they are the ones able to approve it. Then they do their thing with sulfuric acid, which affects copper mining, because sulfuric acid is something with leaching, and it gets the copper out, but also a lot of silver is a byproduct of copper mining, so that hurts as well. And, just all of these things where they just have their grasp on the entire global market, and it's in their hands. Right, we're at the mercy of our enemies to get the most important thing that's going to to advance us in this new digital era with everything. A 1 gigawatt AI data center, 1 gigawatt's like 350,000 ounces of silver. Some of these data centers are multi-gigawatt, and there's going to be them all over the country, plus AI chips, the flock cameras, anything you can think of, that's all silver. But China's the one that's in control of all of it. So this is such huge news, it bears repeating. China quietly making one of the most important gold market changes in years. On July 24th, major banks will stop offering retail paper gold trading, a move that removes leverage speculation from everyday investors and pushes the market towards physical bullion. Timing matters. Just weeks earlier, Hong Kong launched a trial gold clearing. We already talked about that. So why this matters globally? And they mentioned silver right down here. Silver usually. So we'll get to it. So why does this matter globally? Paper gold depends on financial leverage and confidence in the system. Physical gold depends on actual supply. By favoring the second over the first, China is signaling that it wants gold to serve as a foundation for monetary stability, not just another speculative trade. The message is simple. China's ending paper gold and building the rails for physical gold. Silver usually follows gold, its bigger sister, because gold tends to set the tone for the entire precious metals complex. Some traders are also starting to speculate that China's move against retail paper gold could be followed by a similar shift in paper silver, especially as the markets rotate towards physical metal and tighter settlement structures. Silver almost always moves with gold, but with bigger swings. So when gold catches a bid, silver often lags at first, then surges harder once momentum broadens. That is why many investors watch gold as the lead signal and silver as the higher beta sibling. And that was this happened when gold in like 2024 ish, 2023 to 2025, where gold was like exploding. I kept saying, gold's volcano erupted, silver always lags. Silver's volcano didn't erupt yet, but when it does, over time, since it's been so long, there's more magma building up and more magma, and silver's volcano will erupt eventually. Well, that's exactly what happened. Gold, did all the things, getting all the hype, it's getting all the attention, and then what happened on January 29th, I think? Silver, exploded. Its volcano also erupted. And that's just how it happens. Silver lags behind gold, but when it does, it goes absolutely bonkers. So this is also growing chatter that paper silver could be next if China keeps tightening its precious metals framework. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share this. I think this is very big news, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what this looks like and how it affects the prices as well as the market. I think there is a huge disconnect, and I think that disconnect is going to be more apparent, especially as all of these other countries are skirting away from the dollar and finding more valuable, opportunistic, and liquid ways to handle it. So anyways, yeah, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. I will be posting an interview very soon, either tomorrow or definitely on Monday at the latest. And I got some other stuff that I want to share with you guys as well, so stay tuned. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
The silver market moves fast, but prices move even faster. Subscribe to Silver Slayer for daily updates.